Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the power to protect Gohan Kid, just how good he is after his Extreme Z Awakening in DBZ Dokkan Battle. Now, Gohan Kid got a really nice EZA. I think they did him quite well. I think they augmented what he did, made him a little bit less specific in terms of conditions. Still a bit conditional, especially for damage, but they did reduce some of his dependency on conditions. And I think they made him a good, viable unit. Is he perfect? No, I don't think so. Is he, really solid? Definitely. So, Gohan is a heavenly events or Bonamartian disciple lead of HP Key. Well, Key plus 3 HP attack and defense of 170%. He raises defense permanently on both his normal attack and his unit super attack. His unit super attack will greatly raise defense, not normally raise defense. On both, he'll greatly raise his attack for 1 turn, and on his base, he'll have a medium chance of stunning, whereas on his unit super attack, he will have a high chance of stunning. In terms of passive, he actually has a very nice, simple, readable passive, which I think is very, very cool. So he has defense of 258%. He has all allies Key plus 3, defense of 58%. Then he has, when HP is 58% or more, guards all attacks for 3 turns, which is great. And then on top of that, all allies defense of 15% for 2 turns when receiving an attack, which is also pretty good. So far, so good. When attacking with 12 or more key, he is all. When attacking with 12 or more key, is 258% attack, as well as also stuns the attacked enemy, which is really nice for certain bits of content. Then, when there's another heavenly events category or demonic power category ally attacking in the same turn, he has attacking defense of 158% up, damage reduction of 58% up, and then also defense of 58% when receiving an attack. So it's very crucial to activate those key core mechanics if you are looking at running him in super hard content. Without fulfilling that demonic power or that heavenly events category requirement, Gohan's not going to be able to run as a solid unit for for his teams. He needs that extra damage reduction, especially on top of his guard and other mechanics, to be able to function properly as a tank, especially in short form content. Maybe long form content, you'll get away with it. He'll constantly do good damage or things like that. He'll constantly be solid because of his stacking and everything, but he's not going to be insane in short form content or a decent tank in short form content if you don't have that heavenly events or demonic power category requirement active. After receiving an attack, he has 158% attack up, chance of crit up 58%, and he launches an additional super, which, as you can imagine, is pretty good. So like I say, overall for me, right off the bat, I think he's very solid. Yes, there are some conditional requirements, which can be a hindrance. Them adding in demonic power as a category, I think alleviates that a little bit. Doesn't make him OP, but it does alleviate that a little bit. It does make him way more viable overall than it did before, where it was only heavenly events. His active skill, Shield of Light, can be activated when HP is below 58%. No conditions, no anything like that, which is great. And then he recovers 30% HP, guards all attacks as well for 1 turn, and raises his allies' defense by 20% for 2 turns. So Gohan's got some good support, good 2-turn support. He's defensively solid when all his requirements are met. He is a little bit conditional because of that, especially for short form content. I think in terms of long content, you're not going to have massive issues. He'll be able to stack and stack and stack and stack, and he'll be more than fine. It's really the short form content where you need that requirement to be hit. categories are Bond, Martian Disciple, Bond, Parent and Child, Demonic Power, Earthspread Fighters, Earth Protecting Heroes, etc., which is all very, very solid. And yeah, I would say honestly that is, like, for me, a very solid unit. I think he's genuinely good. I really like how he looks and feels. I think the condition requirements are a little bit limiting. I think obviously, you'd want ideally there to be no condition requirements. I think expanding it to demonic power helps them, because I think there's some good leads now for that team. That team has some good functionality. But yeah, I would say personally for me, without a doubt, I think he's solid. I do think overall, offensive-wise, you'll be rather inconsistent if you don't cater to him. You have to really meet that requirement for his full range of offensive passive for him to look good in that sense. He's not going to look good if you don't cater to that. You can see that in this video. The turns where we had demonic power in that, he's hitting 28, 29 mil, and this is him with a couple dupes. And then in the situations where he doesn't have that, then you are having other kinds of issues. So really, ultimately, it just boils down to, are you looking to maximize his offense, or are you just using him as a defensive option for long form events? If you want to use him in any way for a short form event, the condition requirements have to be met. Overall, I think he's quite good. I think he's very solid. I personally think he will do a great job for you. I don't think he'll let you down. I think he'll be consistent. I think he'll be a good unit. And I think ultimately at the end of the day, you'll be happy with what you have. But that's it from me. See you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Stay safe. Bye.